Hello everyone and welcome to the Unanswered Questions True Crime Podcast.
I have spent hours and hours investigating this.
He basically told her that people have been killed. Journalists, independent investigators, people like that disappeared. It frightened her to the bone.
There's more to the story than meets the eye.
There were rumors of torture and homicide and sexual abuse, all sorts of egregious, horrendous crimes.
He was polygraphed 3 times. Each of those 3 showed evasions.
His resumes were a skeleton of truth.
He was mad at the world, and particularly mad at the government.
The study that he commissioned had described a fictional terrorist attack.
If people have died over this, it means you're getting close to the truth.
You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to say, what the fuck?
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of my new podcast, Unanswered Questions, where every week we'll endeavour to discuss a mysterious unsolved case that has many lingering unanswered questions. So I hope you enjoy, and as always, leave me some feedback on what you think about the show, and rate it as well. Now on to the show. This week we'll be talking about the OneCoin scandal. Now, OneCoin is a fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme conducted by offshore companies OneCoin Ltd based in Bulgaria and registered in Dubai, and OneLife Network Ltd registered in Belize. Both founded by, and I'm going to butcher this name, Ruja Ignatova, in concert with Sebastian Greenwood. OneCoin is considered a Ponzi scheme due to its organisational structure of paying early investors using money obtained from newer ones. It was also a pyramid scheme due to the recruiting of investors without providing any actual product. The company secretly conducted database entry scams simulating transactions not registered by an actual blockchain, and with no mining behind the apparent cryptocurrency release in circulation. Many of these characters central to OneCoin had previously been involved in similar and different other schemes and business malpractices separate from each other. OneCoin was described by the Times as one of the biggest scams in history, end quote. US prosecutors have alleged the scheme brought in approximately $4 billion worldwide. In China, law enforcement recovered 1.7 billion yuan, which is equivalent to US $267.5 million, while prosecuting 98 people. Ignatova disappeared in 2017 near the time a secret US warrant was filed for her arrest, and her brother Konstantin Ignatov took her position. Most of the leaders have now disappeared or been arrested, though Ignatova has escaped arrest. Greenwood was arrested in 2018, as was Konstantin Ignatov in March of 2019. In November 2019, Ignatov pleaded guilty to charges of money laundering and fraud. The total maximum sentence for the charges is 90 years in prison. Now we get into the concept of how OneCoin worked. OneCoin was launched in late 2014. It was not a decentralized cryptocurrency, but rather a centralized currency hosted on OneCoin Ltd servers. According to OneCoin, its main business was selling educational material for cryptocurrency trading. Investors could buy educational packages costing anywhere from €100 to 118,000 euros, or, according to one industry blog, €225,500. According to a suit filed by former investors, much of the content in these packages was plagiarized from various free sources, including Wikipedia. Investors also received tokens that could be assigned to mine bitcoins. Mining was said to be taking place at 2 sites in Bulgaria and 1 in Hong Kong. In typical OneCoin recruiting meetings, recruiters would focus on cryptocurrency investment, and the educational material was barely mentioned. The only way to exchange OneCoins for other currencies was the OneCoin exchange XCoinX, an internal marketplace for members who had invested more than the set amount. OneCoins could be exchanged for euros, which were placed in a virtual wallet from which they would request a wire transfer. The marketplace had daily selling limits based on which package the seller had invested in, greatly limiting the amount of OneCoins which could be exchanged. On the 1st of March 2016, without notice, OneCoin issued an internal notice that the marketplace would be closed for 2 weeks for maintenance, explaining that this was necessary due to the high number of miners and for better integration with blockchain. On the 15th of March 2016, the market reopened. It was shut down again without notice in January of 2017, though individuals affiliated with the company continued to accept funds. Now we get into the founder, that being Ruja Ignatova. And I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this name, I do apologise. Ruja Ignatova, born 30th of May 1980, is a Bulgarian-born German citizen and convicted fraudster. She is best known as the founder of a fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme known as OneCoin, which The Times has described as one of the biggest scams in history. She is the subject of the 2019 BBC podcast series The Missing Crypto Queen and the 2022 book of the same name. Since 2017, Ignatova has been on the run from various international law enforcement agencies. In 2019, she was charged in absentia by US authorities for wire fraud, securities fraud, and money laundering. She was added to the FBI 10 Most Wanted list in June of 2022. Now we get into her early life and education. Born in Ruse, Bulgaria in 1980 to a Romani family, Ignatova immigrated to Germany with her family when she was 10 years old and spent part of her childhood in, I'm going to butcher this name, Skramberg in the state of Baden-Württemberg. Claims that she may have studied at University of Oxford in English give no details of college, course, or date of matriculation. In 2005, she earned a PhD in private international law from the University of Constance in Germany with the dissertation Art 5 NR1 EUGVO Chancen und Perspektiven der Reform des Gegenstands am Erfolgsort, which discusses Lex, Cause, and Conflict of Laws. She reportedly has also worked for McKinsey & Company. Sorry if I got any of that dissertation wrong. I'm very bad at pronunciation of certain words. Now we get into her criminal activities. In 2012, she was convicted of fraud in Germany in connection with her and her father, Plamen Ignatov's acquisition of a company that shortly afterwards was declared bankrupt in dubious circumstances. She was given a suspended sentence of 14 months imprisonment. In 2013, she was involved with a multi-level marketing scam called Bitcoin. In 2014, she founded a pyramid scheme called OneCoin. Now we get into the investigation and disappearance. On the 25th of October 2017, Ignatova disappeared after being tipped off about increasing police investigations about OneCoin. In 2019, her brother Konstantin Ignatov pleaded guilty to fraud and money laundering in connection with the scheme. In 2022, prosecutors in Darmstadt, Germany, confirmed an investigation of a lawyer from Neu-Isenburg for possible money laundering, the transfer of 7.69 million euros by Ignatova into one of her private accounts in 2016. In January 2022, police searched apartments and offices in Weilburg, Baden-Baden, Frankfurt am Main, Bad Homburg, Neu-Isenburg, and Vaihingen. I'm sorry if I got any of those names wrong. Afterward, the North Rhine-Westphalia Police and German Federal Criminal Police Office announced that Ignatova is sought for fraud charges. The Federal Criminal Police Office announced a €5,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. An Interpol red notice followed. This listing was reciprocated by Europol, adding Ignatova to its most wanted list. However, Deutsche Welle notes that the Europol listing was removed under unknown circumstances. Again, forgive me for getting a lot of these names wrong. The Federal Bureau of Investigation added Ignatova to its 10 most wanted fugitives list and announced a joint press conference with IRS Criminal Investigation and United States Attorney's Office Southern District of New York, offering a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to her arrest. The FBI followed up with an episode of its podcast and YouTube series Inside the FBI, devoted to Ignatova and the OneCoin case. According to a report published by Bulgarian investigative reporting site Bird, Ignatova was murdered in November 2018 on the orders of a Bulgarian drug lord. I'm going to butcher this name, I do apologize. Christoforos Eminentidis, also known as Taki. The alleged murderer, and I'm going to butcher this name again, I do apologize, Hristov, who is also Bulgarian, is currently serving time in a Dutch prison for drug trafficking. According to the report, Ignatova was murdered aboard a yacht in the Inen Sea, and her body was dismembered and cast overboard. The alleged motive for the murder was to conceal the drug lord's involvement in the OneCoin scam. The narco boss is currently said to reside in Dubai, having evaded Bulgarian authorities. However, a 2022 interview with FBI Special Agent Paul Roberts notes that the agency's investigation into Dr. Ignatova is operating under the assumption that she is still alive, with no information to counter that belief. Now we get into her very short personal life. Ignatova was married to the German lawyer Bjorn Strel, with whom she had a daughter in 2016. Now we get into the legal issues and criticism. We'll start off with 2015. On the 30th of September 2015, Bulgaria's Financial Supervision Commission, FSC, issued a warning of potential risks in new cryptocurrencies, citing OneCoin as an example. After the warning, OneCoin ceased all activity in Bulgaria and started to use banks in foreign countries to handle wire transfers from participants. Then we come to 2016. In February 2016, the British newspaper Daily Mirror wrote that OneCoin/OneLife is a get-rich-quick scheme, scam, and a cult, calling it virtually worthless. The company and the scheme is on the observation list of many authorities. Among them are authorities in Bulgaria, Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Latvia. Authorities in many countries have warned of potential risks involved in businesses like OneCoin and undertaken precautions against persons linked to OneCoin, including CEO Ruja Ignatova and her brother Konstantin Ignatov. In March of 2016, the Direct Selling Association in Norway warned against OneCoin, comparing it to a pyramid scheme. In December 2016, the Italian antitrust authority, and I'm going to butcher this name, I do apologize, Autorità Garanti del Concorrenza e del Mercato, adopted an interim injunction against the company One Network Services Limited, active in the promotion and dissemination of cryptocurrency OneCoin and its representatives in Italy, describing their activities as an illegal pyramid sales system, and ordering them to cease promoting OneCoin in Italy on the 27th of February 2017 after concluding their investigation. AGCM banned all activity on OneCoin until further notice. In December 2016, the Hungarian Central Bank issued a warning that OneCoin is a pyramid scheme, and in China that same year, several members and investors of OneCoin were arrested and US $30.8 million worth of assets seized. Now we come to 2017. In March of 2017, the Croatian National Bank HNB advised the public to exercise a high degree of caution in decisions involving OneCoin, noted that OneCoin operations are not supervised by the NHB, and warned that possible losses will be fully borne by the investors. On the 23rd of April 2017, Indian police arrested 18 people in Navi Mumbai for organising a OneCoin recruitment event. The police attended the event undercover to judge the accusations before they decided to act. Further investigation was begun with the intent of revealing the higher levels of the pyramid. In May, the investigation recovered Rs 24.57 crores, $3.32 million USD, in 9 bank accounts. A further Rs 75 crores, $10.12 million USD, was transferred out before authorities were able to seize it. Early in the month of May, 2 more people were arrested and a further Rs 24 crores, $3.24 million USD, was seized from bank accounts. A special investigation team of 15 individuals, including 4 assistant police inspectors, was formed under Senior Police Inspector, and I'm going to butcher this name, Shavajai Awat, with the stated goal of following the money trail and possibly lead to further arrests. On the 27th of April 2017, Germany's Federal Financial Supervisory Authority, BaFin, issued a cease and desist orders to OneCoin Ltd, Dubai, and OneLife Network Ltd, Belize. The authority concluded that trading in OneCoins was fraudulent own funds trading. On the 28th of April 2017, Bank of Thailand issued a warning against OneCoin, stating it was an illegal digital currency and that it should not be used in trade. On the 29th of May 2017, International Financial Services Commission of Belize, IFSC, issued a warning about OneLife Network Ltd, conducting trading business without a license or permission from IFSC or any other authority. OneLife Network Ltd was directed to cease and desist from carrying on with the illegal trading businesses. On the 16th of June 2017, the CEO of OneCoin Ltd claimed OneCoin was licensed by the Vietnamese government, that it was legally permissible to use them as a digital currency, and that it was the first cryptocurrency in Asia officially licensed by any government. On the 20th of June 2017, Vietnam's Ministry of Planning and Investment, MPI, issued a statement that the document which OneCoin used as proof was forged. They stated that the document was against the MPI regulations and that the person who was supposedly signed the document was not in the position claimed by the document at the time when the document was created. MPI warned individuals and enterprises to be vigilant if they encounter the document during business. On the 10th of July 2017, Ruja Ignatova, the CEO, was charged in India with duping investors as part of the Indian investigation. Now we get into 2018. On the 17th and 18th of January 2018, Bulgarian police raided OneCoin's office in Sofia at the request of the prosecutor's office in Bielefeld, Germany. German police in Europe all took part in the bust and the investigation. Also, 14 other companies tied to OneCoin were investigated and 50 witnesses were questioned. OneCoin servers and other material evidence were seized. On the 3rd of May 2018, the Central Bank of Samoa, CBS, banned all foreign exchange transactions related to OneCoin and OneLife. The bank had earlier in March issued a warning about OneCoin. CBS described OneCoin as a very high-risk pyramid scheme. Now we come to 2019. In 2019, plea deal October 4th made public November 12th. Ruja Ignatova's brother Konstantin Ignatov pleaded guilty to fraud and money laundering in connection with the scheme. On the 21st of October 2019, the New York Federal Court found lawyer Matt Scott guilty of money laundering and bank fraud for his role in routing US $400 million out of the US. On the 24th of November 2019, the BBC published a detailed investigation of OneCoin and Ignatova titled Crypto Queen: How This Woman Scammed the World Then Vanished. The reporters believe that Ignatova resides in Frankfurt under a false identity. Now we come to 2020. In 2020, the FinCEN files showed that BNY Mellon flagged the FinCEN $137 million of transactions related to OneCoin. Now we come to 2021. The company OneCoin, Ruja Ignatova and Gilbert Armenta have been found in default at an ongoing trial in the US. Now we come to 2022. In May of 2022, Europol added Ignatova to their Europe's Most Wanted list, offering a €5,000 reward for information leading to her arrest. On June 30th, the Federal Bureau of Investigation added Ignatova to the FBI 10 Most Wanted Fugitives list, offering a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to her arrest. Now we come to 2023, which is this year. In March of 2023, OneCoin's former legal and compliance officer, Irina Dulkinska, was caught and extradited from Bulgaria to the United States. To this day, Ruja Ignatova's whereabouts remain unknown. With that, this case remains open, but with many unanswered questions that still remain unanswered. Please rate the show and let me know what you guys think about this and the many other cases I've covered. You can follow me on all major social media platforms: YouTube, BitChute, Dailymotion. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram. Links are all down below in the description. If you have a case you'd like me to have a look at or cover, don't hesitate to send me a message. I'm your host, and this has been the Unanswered Questions podcast. Until next time. Next on Unanswered Questions. The Superman curse refers to a series of supposedly related misfortunes that have plagued creative people involved in the adaptations of the DC comic character Superman in various media, particularly actors who have played the role of Superman on film and television.